So I've got quite a gentle class this lunchtime. We're going to start laid on the floor. If you have a bolster available, a couple of options. You can either pop the bolster underneath your knees and just lay comfortably back down on the floor. That just gives you a little bit of a change of angle on your lower back, so there's less pressure on your lower back. Or if you feel like you want a bit of a stretch, then just take the bolster behind the pelvis and then just let your whole body relax over the bolster. So we're just going to take a moment to arrive in class. So it doesn't matter which option you chose with the bolster or whether you're just laid in Savasana on the mat. Take one hand to your heart and one hand to your belly. And just take a moment to arrive in class. Take a moment to notice what your breath is up to. Noticing the inhales, noticing the exhales. Noticing whether the breath is coming in through your nose or your mouth. And noticing how it exits your body too. Noticing where the breath moves your body, whether it's in your chest, your belly, or maybe a mixture of the two. Notice the expansion and contraction of the ribs as you inhale and you exhale. And then as we lay here, we'll start to lengthen the breath. So starting to breathe in for 6 and out for 6, encouraging the breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. So exhale out any air you have in the body. And then inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Out 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In and out. 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 Then remove your hands from your heart and your belly and bring your feet to the mat. This time lift up the hips and bring the bolster behind the hips. So we're coming into restorative bridge. Hands on your hip bones or your lower abdomen, whichever feels most comfortable, and you want your elbows and your shoulders to still be completely supported by the ground beneath you. Try and let everything be as heavy as possible, trying to use the minimum amount of muscle strength to keep yourself in this position, trying to be completely relaxed on your mat. So enjoy this gentle lengthening of the lower back, releasing any pressure that you might have in your lower back. And then just go back to focusing on the breath. So in this position we'll do block breath. So start by exhaling out any air you have in the body. Then inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. In, hold, out, hold, 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 in, hold, out, hold. And just allow the breath to come back to normal. Lifting up the hips, move the bolster out of the way. And then rolling the hips gently back down onto the mat. Take the arms straight out from your shoulders and hug the knees in towards the chest. Take a nice big inhale here. And then exhale as you roll the knees over to the left, coming into a gentle twist, looking out over the right shoulder. We'll take a nice big inhale here and a nice big exhale. Another inhale. Then on the exhale, roll your head back to center and roll your knees back to center. Take a nice big inhale at center. And then exhale, twist the knees to the other side, looking out over your left shoulder. Nice big breath here. Take another nice big inhale. Then on an exhale, roll your head back to center, roll your hips back to center. Nice big inhale at center. Exhale, roll the knees to the left. Look out over the right shoulder. Nice big breath here. Then another big inhale. Then on an exhale, roll your head back to center. Roll your hips back to center. Inhale at center. Exhale, roll the knees to the right. Look out over the left shoulder. Nice big inhale and exhale here. Then take an inhale to think about moving. Exhale, roll the head and the hips back to center. Nice big inhale here. Exhale, roll the knees to the left. Look out over your right shoulder. Nice big breath here. Another nice big inhale. Exhale, roll your head and your hips back to the center. Inhale at center. Exhale, roll the knees the other way. Look out over the left shoulder. Inhale and exhale here. Nice big inhale. Then exhale, roll the head and the hips back to center. This time, bring the feet down to the mat and bring your arms down by your sides too. Take a nice big inhale here. Exhale, press your feet into the mat and just notice how that flattens your lower back onto the mat. Nice big inhale here to really expand through the lower back. And then exhale, release the feet. Inhale. Exhale, press the feet into the mat. Inhale. Exhale, release. Inhale. Exhale, press the feet into the mat. Inhale. Exhale, release. Inhale. Exhale, press the feet. Inhale. And exhale, release. Inhale. Exhale, press the feet into the mat. Inhale. Exhale, release. Inhale. Exhale, press the feet. Inhale. And exhale, release. Inhale. Exhale, press the feet. Inhale. Exhale, release. Inhale. Exhale, press the feet. Inhale. Exhale, release. Good, last one. Inhale. Exhale, press the feet. Inhale. Exhale, release. Then squeeze your right knee in towards your tummy and take your hands and interlace your fingers around the back of the thigh. Point the toe and then stretch the toes up as far as you can. Flex the foot and then drag the heel back down towards your hips. Point the toe, stretch that toe up as far as you can reach, keeping that leg pulled in towards your tummy. Flex the foot, drag the heel back down towards your hips. Point the toe, stretch that leg up. Flex the foot, drag the heel down with a little bit of tension in those leg muscles. Point the toe, stretch it up. Flex the foot, drag it back down. Point the toe, stretch it up. Flex the foot, drag it back down. One more, point the toe, stretch it up, flex the foot, drag that heel back down. Release the fingers, take the right foot back to the mat, squeeze the left knee in, interlace the fingers around the back of the left thigh, point the toe, stretch the toe up as much as you can, flex the foot, drag the heel down, point the toe, stretch those toes up, flex the foot, drag the heel back down, point the toe, flex it up, flex the foot, drag the heel back down, point the toe, stretch it up, flex the foot, drag that heel back down. Two more, point the toe, stretch it up, flex the foot, drag the heel back down. Last one, point the toe, stretch it up, flex the foot, drag the heel back down. Good. Then take the left toes up towards the ceiling, release your fingers, cross your ankle over the opposite thigh. And then reach through and try and interlace your fingers around the back of the right thigh, and then try and relax your head back down onto the mat. Maybe rocking from side to side to make this pose a little bit more comfortable. Using your left elbow on your inner left thigh to increase the stretch through the outer hip if that feels good. On an inhale, you want to release the stretch off a little. On an exhale, see if you can pull the legs in closer, even if it's just a millimetre. So inhale to release, and then exhale to pull them in. Inhale to release, exhale to pull them in. Good, couple more. And then we'll release that off and we'll switch to the other side. So take the left foot back down to the floor, take the right foot up and cross it over the left thigh. Then reaching through around the back of the left thigh and relax back down onto the mat. On this side, using your right elbow on your inner right thigh if you need more of a stretch through the outer hip. Have a little rock if that feels good. And then inhale to release. And then exhale, try and bring the knees in a little closer. Inhale to release. Exhale, bring them in a little closer. Inhale, release. Exhale in a little closer. Couple more like that. And then release those legs off completely. Take the legs out long, stretch the arms up above your head, making yourself as long on the mat as you possibly can. We'll take the legs over to the left, and then we'll also shuffle the shoulders over to the left, coming into a banana shape. We're going to take 3 deep breaths here, really trying to fill the ribs on the right hand side of the body. Trying to make your whole body as flat on the floor as you can. Then come back through centre, shuffling the feet and the shoulders back until you're nice and tall again. And then shuffle the shoulders over to the right, shuffle the feet over to the right. And then this time, still focusing on keeping yourself as flat to the floor as you can. Inhale the breath into the left side of the rib cage. And then shuffle yourself back to center. Bring your arms down from above your head. Bring your feet to the mat and then shuffle yourself and roll yourself over onto your tummy. And then we'll just stretch through the shoulders. So we'll start by taking the right arm straight out from your shoulder. Left hand comes in front of your left shoulder, and then we'll roll over to have a little stretch through the right shoulder. So relaxing your head down onto the mat. And then your leg can be wherever feels comfortable. You might prefer to keep your legs nice and long. You might prefer to rest the foot on the ground behind you. Just find your position. And then just have a few breaths there. And then roll yourself gently back onto your tummy, and we'll move to the other side. So take your left arm straight out from your shoulder, look towards the right hand in front of your face, and then roll back onto your left shoulder. Again, doing whatever suits with that top leg. You can have it out long if that feels good, or you can drop your toes down onto the floor behind you. Relaxing the head down if it's not relaxed already. Just have a few breaths there. And then rolling back onto your tummy, lifting the head. We'll move back to the other arm again, but this time we'll have the arm in a cactus shape. So your arm comes straight out from your shoulder, and then your elbows at a right angle. And then gently roll back onto that shoulder. This is a much deeper stretch into the front of the shoulder and the pecs. So be kind to yourself and only go as far as is comfortable. And we won't hold this one for so long, so just take a couple of breaths. And then once you've done your couple of breaths, roll back onto your tummy and switch to the other side. So left arm goes out, bend at the elbow to make a cactus, and then roll to the other side. Then rolling back onto your tummy, lifting your head. Take your left hand out in front of you and then thread the right arm underneath it. And then we'll walk the other hand around so the arms are crossed over. So we've stretched the shoulders one way, now we're going to stretch them the other way. And then just relax your head down as much as you can, maybe having a bit of a wiggle to make things more comfortable. So the arms are crossed in front of your neck. And now this is quite a restrictive position to hold and still breathe. But just focus on trying to let the breath come and go as freely as it can. And gently lifting the head, untangling the arms. Take the right arm out in front of you and thread the left arm underneath it. And then bring the right arm to the other side so your arms are again crossed but the other way in front of your neck. And then relax your head down. You can always use a block or a bolster in front of your forehead on this one as well if your shoulders are really tight. And then lifting the head, untangle your arms, and pressing the hands underneath your shoulders, push yourself up to tabletop. And we'll just do a couple of little movements before we come into child's pose. So start by inhaling down into cow. Tummy comes down, sit bones go up, eyes go up. Then exhale, tuck the tailbone under, pull the tummy in, let the head drop down. Coming back to a central neutral spine. Look around towards one hip, inhale back to center, exhale, look around towards the other hip. Come back to center, take the hands forward, let the chest melt down towards the floor. Coming back up again, bring the hands in, inhale one arm up to the sky, exhale, bring it down onto the shoulder into a gentle twist. Pushing back up into your tabletop on your next exhale, then inhale the left arm up and exhale, bring that through and come into a twist on the other side. Then push it back up to tabletop. Grab your bolster if it's nearby to you. Let your hips sink back towards your heels. Knees can either be reasonably close together or wide apart. Pull the bolster in close to you and come down into your child's pose on your bolster. You can have your forehead on your bolster, or if you find it more comfortable, you can put your head to the side and rest the side of your face on the bolster. And then allow the spine to completely decompress. Sit bones going down towards your hips. The rest of your spine completely supported by the bolster. And then just let everything be heavy. Now you can finish class laid in child's pose if you're really comfortable here. If you find child's pose is a bit much on your knees or your hips, then you can always come into Savasana, supported by the bolster underneath your knees. Or if you want to come into supported bridge, you can do supported bridge. So if you're doing Savasana, then bolster underneath the knees. If you're doing supported bridge, bolster is behind the hips and the feet are on the mat. If you want to do legs up the wall, then really make sure the back of your pelvis is really supported by the bolster and take your feet up towards the ceiling. Whichever one you've decided to finish class in today, the aim is to be as completely relaxed in this pose as possible. We want all of our muscles to be like putty. Let them be heavy, let them be loose, let them be soft. And then just go back to being inquisitive about the breath, noticing as it ebbs and flows in and out of the body. With a minimum of effort, just spending these few moments to really stimulate our rest and digest system. And then when you're ready, and there's no rush at all, unless you've got stuff you have to do this afternoon, move your body however it wants to move. If you feel like having a hug of your knees into your chest, then have a hug of your knees into your chest. If you feel like having a great big stretch, then have a great big stretch. And then when you're ready, move the bolster out of the way. Come up to seated, and your yoga practice for this lunchtime is done. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it.